when the murder happened, what was really going on there? You said yourself that you were considered a suspect. Did you murder Evelyn?
No, absolutely not. I discovered her on the floor dead.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I really don't know. He was either at the office or at the, I don't know the actual, or I've forgotten anyway, the time span or the time frame that when the police actually figured out that she was shot.
What do you think happened?
As far as what?
The murder. Who do you think did it and why?
Well, I really don't want to get into that aspect because that's still an open investigation. But I will make this statement. There's only one person alive that had anything to do with that murder, and that's me. As far as she was concerned, it could have been me.
What do you mean by that?
I said it could have been me. It's just it was a toss-up as far as I understand the situation. But I will never understand it, to tell you the truth. I will never understand it. I mean, it just was a senseless thing.
It was your gun that was used in the murder, is that correct? Wasn't it your gun?
Yes.
Was that not in your possession?
Yeah, well, after we got robbed, it was like when we came home, the wife and kids, we opened up the door and we realized that this place had been ransacked and robbed. I didn't know if people were still in there. It frightened me. It really did. You have to go through a home invasion to understand the fear that runs through there and the outrage that finally comes back, when you finally get the fear set aside. From that point on, I kept a gun right by the door so that if I did come in there again and the house was in or I felt like there was danger, I could reach over and pull this gun out. It was fully loaded and ready to go.
Now, you had a life insurance policy. You were sued over that life insurance policy on your wife.
Yes.
$50,000 was a lot of money back then.
It sure was.
And there were some who said in the court records that your wife was worth more to you dead than alive. What's your response to what they said back then?
She made that in the last year of the real estate business, and she was on the fast track. We were both on the fast track to double that.
So those folks who think that you're responsible, what would you say to them if they're...
I'm definitely responsible.
You're responsible?
Sure.
But you're not the killer? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not the killer.
What do you mean by you're responsible?
There's something that I have to have done in my lifetime, or in my rise to where we were, that affected someone adversely. And it doesn't make any difference that I didn't pull the trigger on my wife. The bottom line is that I still feel responsible for her death. There was a message being sent there. I received the message.